know you have really healed when you're able to look back at your childhood and the traumatic experiences that shaped you and that caused you a lot of regret and harm and sadness in the past? You're able to look at those experiences with grace, and you're able to start seeing the beauty that they were in your life and the good things that they gave to you. For example, I'm at the California State Fair right now in Sacramento. The fountains are behind me, and I grew up coming to this fair as a child. And my dad had a booth here, and we would come and support him. And now I'm here with my own business and my own booth, and I love being here. But it wasn't always that way. For the last 20 years, I would tell you, I hated coming back here. I had a lot of bad memories. I didn't like coming back to my hometown. I had a lot of bitterness towards my parents and towards people that I felt like they failed me or they didn't show up for me. And I lived my life directed by that bitterness. And over the last several years, I've had to come to terms with my own failures as a parent. I've had to go through a lot of betrayals and hardship and things that really put stress on me. And I have so much more empathy now for my parents. I have so much more empathy for the people that failed me, and I can now see the ways that they provided a good childhood for me, the ways that they worked really hard for me, and how they showed up for me the best way that they could. And even though I felt like things could have been different or they could have showed up better, I recognize now as a parent of 4 that everyone is just always doing the best that they can. And that doesn't mean that people don't fail us or that people don't really hurt us. They do. And I give so much space for people that have been hurt by others or hurt by their parents. I understand that it can really shape your whole life when somebody doesn't show up for you the way that you need them to, or when they really harm you. However, I will also say that most of the time, 99% of the time, people are doing the best that they can. And both can be true. It can be true that people fail us and hurt us, and that people are doing the best that they can. I know for me, when I've really failed my own kids, I was absolutely doing the best that I could. And I look back and wish that I could have done things better very, very often, especially now that my 2 older kids are grown and moved out of the house. But I also recognize that I was a young mom and I was going through my own trauma and pain. And I have sympathy and empathy for that part of me, for that person I was that was doing their very best and that loved their kids desperately, but was dealing with a lot of my own pain and betrayal and sadness while trying to parent them. And I want my kids to give me grace, and I want them to understand that people are always doing their best. And truly, like, nobody is ever really going to be perfect for us. Even our parents can have perfect love for us, but still fail us in many ways. No one person on this earth can give you what you actually need in their entirety. You have to give that to yourself. And I recognize that now as an almost 50-year-old woman. I would say in the last 2 years, I've done a lot of healing work around having sympathy for the person that I was in my lowest and darkest moments, healing that inner child and giving to myself the love and care that I've always been looking to people outside of me to give to me. I've had a radical sense of responsibility and recognizing that everyone truly at the end of the day is going to fail you. You only have you in this life, and you have everything you need to give yourself the love, support, and safety that you're looking to everybody outside of you to give you. And when you can step into that power, you give yourself what you're looking to everybody else to give to you. And then you can forgive the people that couldn't give you what you needed, because nobody truly can. You have to give that to yourself. And once you get older, you recognize that and you realize that. But now I can come back to places like the California State Fair, and I can have great memories of my childhood and like have appreciation for my parents and have appreciation for my hometown. I can feel like this is my ancestral place of birth. This is where my roots are. This is where my ancestors were born and raised their children. And I have so much respect and reverence for this place. And now I have so much happiness and nostalgia for the town that I grew up in. And I think that's when you know you've really healed. When you can overcome that bitterness, you can start to have appreciation, and you can come full circle in knowing that you can always meet your own needs. You've always had it in you to do it, and you can forgive other people for how they couldn't show up for you, because at the end of the day, everybody is always just doing the best that they can.